September 30th till October 6th is Real Madrid week, only on Patreon and Apple Podcast subscription. Sign up to get access to all 7 exclusive Real Madrid week episodes. Welcome to the Football for Kids podcast with me, Darren Rees. It's time for Kids vs Adults Series 2. I can't believe how well this feature has gone down. It was only the start of this year where I really had the idea about putting this together, and the amount of people who have both listened and been in contact to show their appreciation for Kids vs Adults has been amazing. Even the Guardian newspaper in the UK spoke about it in their paper. That is pretty unbelievable. But you asked for it, and it's back. And our first contestants are from New York in the United States of America. The kid in this episode is called Grady, and the adult is Grady's dad, Alan. What will their football knowledge be like? Or should we say soccer knowledge? Who will win this time round? Will it be the kid or will it be the adult? And one of the most important things, what is the forfeit for the loser? Well, let's get into it, shall we? On this episode of Kids vs Adults, I've got Grady. And Grady, tell me a little bit about you. So, how old are you? Where do you live? And have you got a football team?
I'm 10 and I live in upstate New York and I play for Lakefront Soccer Club.
Perfect. Well, a massive shout out to all of your teammates and your coaches and everyone else. And who will you be playing in this episode of Kids vs Adults?
My dad, Alan.
Okay, so your dad, Alan. Alan, have you heard any of the Kids vs Adults episodes before?
I have not. I've heard the podcast from time to time when Grady's playing it, in his room, but haven't actually listened to any full episodes myself.
And what's your knowledge like when it comes to your football knowledge?
I'd say it's not too bad, but we're about to find out.
So Grady might not have told you this then, but this is how it works. I'm going to ask you 5 questions each. We'll go through the whole 5 questions. And if we get to the end of it and it's 5-all, then I've got a bonus question, which I won't give you any answers to. And what will happen is that it'll be the person who is closest who wins, and then wins Kids versus Adults. If you lose, Alan, then you've got to do a forfeit. And that forfeit is chosen by Grady. Grady, if you lose, then your dad, Alan, gets to choose a forfeit for you. We've had some brilliant ones over the last series of people having to do particular things of cleaning the kitchens and sorting out their bedrooms and cleaning cars and all those kind of things. And then the adults have been stitched up royally by their kids. So, Grady, have you had a think about if you win, what your dad, Alan, will have to do as a forfeit?
He'll have to take me to Buffalo Wild Wings to watch a soccer game.
Oh, that sounds like a good one. And what about you, Alan? What will Grady have to do if you're successful and you're victorious in this episode?
A little extra chores and cleaning the kitchen, doing all the dishes, sweeping the floor, and making sure it's spotless.
Okay. Right, I'll get the questions up. And like I say, I've got 5 each for you. Who would like to go first?
I will.
You're going to go first. I like your confidence. Okay, question. Oh, and one last thing is I will keep track of your scores, but please also keep track of your scores. All right, because I don't know if you heard in the last series, I had to re-record a quiz because one of the mums who was listening said, no, he's got that wrong. He's definitely got that wrong. It was a draw, or I can't remember. It was 1 point the other way, and I completely got it wrong. So we'll keep track of the scores together, all right? Grady,
Good.
question number 1 is this for you. Cristiano Ronaldo recently hit the news headlines for his club and country goal amount, breaking yet another record. How many goals has he scored for club and country in his career? Is it A, over 800? Is it B, now over 900? Or is it C, over 1,000?
I think it's over 900.
Are you happy with your answer? Are we locking your answer in?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Because that is the correct answer. It's currently 1-0 to Grady. Alan, you're up next. Lionel Messi currently plays for Inter Miami. But before he played for Inter Miami, which team was he at directly before he played for Inter Miami? Was it A, the Newell Old Boys? Was it B, Barcelona? Or was it C, PSG?
C, PSG.
I'm afraid that is correct, which makes it 1-0. Question number 2 for you, Grady. At the Euro 2024 tournament, England and Switzerland went to a penalty shootout in the quarter-final. One England player took a very famous penalty as he didn't even look at the ball. He stared at the keeper and then ran at the ball without looking at it and then scored a fantastic penalty. Which player was responsible for doing this? Was it A, Harry Kane? Was it B, Bukayo Saka? Or was it C, Ivan Toney?
I think it was B, Bukayo Saka.
B, Bukayo Saka is incorrect. It was C, Ivan Toney. He didn't even look at the keeper. He didn't even look at the ball. He just smashed it and scored. So it is 1-0. Okay, question number 2 for you, Alan. At the Euro 2024 tournament, England knocked out the Netherlands to get their spot in the final against Spain. But who did Spain knock out in the semi-final to book their place in the final? Was it A, France, B, Germany, or C, Portugal?
Can you say them one more time?
A, France, B, Germany, or C, Portugal?
A.
A, France was correct, which makes you 2-1 up. They beat France 2-1 to secure their ticket to the final, and then they knocked England out of the tournament, or they won the tournament and made lots of England fans very unhappy, including me. Okay, question number 3 for you, Grady. Erling Haaland has been on fire this season and has already scored 10 Premier League goals. He is currently the Premier League top scorer for this season. But who is in second place on the Premier League goal scoring chart for this season? Is it A, Luis Diaz of Liverpool? Is it C, Nicholas Jackson of Chelsea? Or is it C, Mo Salah of Liverpool?
Is it Luis Diaz?
Luis Diaz is correct. Well done. Your nerves settling now. Do you think you can pull this back? So let's just check. We've both got the same score. What have you two got it as?
2-2.
2-2. Good. I'm glad you said that. Right, Alan, your third question. Last season, the 2023-24 Premier League season, there were some players who made a lot of goal-scoring assists. Who out of these players got the most official assists in the Premier League? Was it A, Cole Palmer? Was it B, Kevin De Bruyne? Or was it C, Ollie Watkins?
I'll go B, De Bruyne.
You're going B, Kevin De Bruyne, who's a bit of an assisting machine, and I can see your logic with that. But you are incorrect, because it was C, Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins secured 13 assists in last year's Premier League season. Cole Palmer, as we call him, secured 11. And Kevin De Bruyne secured 10 assists. Okay, your next question, Grady. Olivier Giroud currently plays in the MLS for LAFC. But before he played in the US, he played in what Italian team? Was it A, Juventus? Was it B, Napoli? Or was it C, AC Milan?
C, AC Milan.
C, AC Milan is correct. It was C, AC Milan, which makes it 3-2 to you at the moment. Next question. Alan, are you ready? It's currently 3-2. Luis Suarez was a Liverpool legend and now plays in the MLS. How many goals did he score for Liverpool when he played in the Premier League? Was it A, 112? Was it B, 69? Or was it C, 76?
I'll go C, 76.
C, 76 is incorrect. Luis Suarez scored B, 69 Premier League goals for Liverpool. Grady, next question. The first ever World Cup tournament was in 1930. Who was the host of that tournament? Was it, if you've been listening to the podcast, you'll get this one. Was it A, England? Was it B, Uruguay? Or was it C, Brazil?
B, Uruguay.
B, Uruguay. And a bonus point if you can tell me who the winner was of that tournament.
It was also Uruguay, I think.
2 points to you. Correct. You've already won this, but we're gonna continue. We're gonna carry on. Alan, Manchester United have had some unbelievably good goalkeepers over the years, but which of these non-English former Manchester United keepers holds the club record for the most amount of clean sheets? Was it Edwin van der Sar, the Dutchman who was with the club from 2005 to 2011? Was it B, David De Gea, the Spanish keeper who was with the club from 2011 to 2023? Or was it C, the legend that was Peter Schmeichel from Denmark, who was with the club from 1991 to 1999?
I'll go with Schmeichel, C.
C, Schmeichel is incorrect. It was David De Gea. David De Gea was responsible for 190 clean sheets. Then it was Peter Schmeichel who had 10 less than him. And then there was Edwin van der Sar who had 55 less than David De Gea. So that ends it at 4-2, if I'm not incorrect. Agree with that?
Yeah.
Grady, what does victory taste like? I can see the smile on your face. You're happy about this, aren't you?
Yeah.
So that we need to remind ourselves of what the forfeit is for your dad.
He has to take me to Buffalo Wild Wings to watch a soccer game.
Wow. And how does that feel, Alan?
It'll hurt the wallet a little bit, but I'll enjoy it. It'll be fun.
Yeah, well, at least you'll get to go and watch the soccer game as well.
Yeah, that'll be
well
good.
Done. And thank you for playing kids versus adults. So is there anybody, friends, family, coaches, teammates, anyone that you want to give a shout out to, either of you?
Yeah, my friend Wyatt and my friend Levi.
Okay, a massive shout out to them. And is there any episode requests which you want to put in whilst you're on the podcast yourself?
An episode on Leeds United.
On Leeds United, okay. Do you support Leeds United?
Yeah.
So what's the Leeds United connection?
My dad's soccer coach growing up was a really big Leeds United fan. So.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
He was English and had come here for school and then stayed, and so he was kind of my first inspiration for kind of following the team.
Excellent. Well, they've got a great following in Leeds, and they're some of the best fans around. I'll tell you a quick story about Leeds United. I took my son Charlie to go and watch Chelsea versus Leeds United last year in the FA Cup in the knockout round, Chelsea won 3-2. You might have seen it or watched it, and Conor Gallagher scored the winning goal. And the Leeds United fans, even though they'd lost in the final few moments of the game, were having an absolute party in the away section, having the time of their lives. And my son Charlie looked at me, he said, "What are they doing?" And I said, they just love their football. They love being involved. They love the kind of party atmosphere, and it's kind of a good experience for them. They're great fans, and it's a good club. Do you think they're going to get promoted this year?
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah,
it'll be an adventure.
They need to get them. The opening game of the season against Portsmouth was a good one, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Really.
Did they lose?
No, they tied.
Oh yeah, they came back and tied 3-3. Yeah.
They scored in the last moment. Oh, that one still hurts. And then Portsmouth haven't been great. Have you noticed I've got the fantastic Fratton Park in the background? The greatest stadium on earth. Don't agree with me, don't worry. Anyway, I think we'll leave that there. Thank you once again. And hopefully you'll enjoy all the episodes which I've got coming out on the podcast, and I released one on Jared Bowen earlier on, so hopefully you get a chance to listen to that, and then all the other good stuff which is happening.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. Cheers. Catch you soon. Well, a massive well done to Grady, and commiserations to Alan. A massive shout out to both of you for participating. It was brilliant to meet both of you, and I'm sure lots of people enjoyed that episode very much. How many did you get right? You can get in contact via footballforkidspodcast@gmail.com, or you can reply to the episode on Spotify, or if you want, you can put it into a review on Apple Podcasts. There'll be more episodes of Kids vs Adults over the next 5 or 6 weeks, and this is the only one which has been recorded so far. I'm doing my very best with my very busy schedule to get all of the other ones recorded. And also, a couple of people have actually dropped out, so if you do want to get involved, there are a couple of spaces for Series 2. Ask an adult to apply via footballforkidspodcast@gmail.com. And remember, if you know somebody who loves football just as much as you do, then please tell them about Football for Kids. And whether you're playing football soon, watching it on the telly, or pitchside, I hope that you enjoy the game. See you next time. Oh, and before I forget, have you listened to the Jared Bowen episode yet? If you haven't, then why not? There's a competition in that episode where you can win a skills ball signed by me. All you've got to do is count how many times I say Bowen in that episode. There's already been over 100 people who have got the question correct. Could you get it correct and win that prize? Make sure you check that episode out and give it a go. See you soon.